Asiago crisp cups. These are pretty spectacular. We're going to show you what we'll use as a first course salad. It's going to come out about this big. We also do them as short plates or in martini glasses. We actually even do one that's an hors d'oeuvre size. They're just adorable. What we're going to start with here, this is shredded Asiago.
And you can smell it. Woof.
And we're going to start with about a cup. You can smell it. Once these start going in the oven, you really need some good ventilation. So, about 3/4 of a cup to a cup for our first course salad.
So that's a substantial amount of cheese in
It's
per.
a fair amount of cheese. It's a great presentation, though. I really like this.
I do too.
All right, so spread them out kind of thin. I guess we're going in about, what, an 8 to 10 inch circle, you think?
I think.
All right.
So you can have some holes in here too because it gives it that baskety
look. It'll
look.
start to melt and then it'll start to crisp up, and that's the tricky part on this, is getting them out of the oven just at the right point. If they're too soft, they're not gonna travel well, and they're not gonna be crisp. And if they're too hard, they don't fall over the form.
So you're putting them in the oven.
Put them in the oven.
For how long?
About 8 to 10 minutes.
8 to 10 minutes.
And should we start on the next one as we're waiting for those to?
It's your kitchen.
All right. This is one of my favorite new little.
My favorite. My favorite.
We work with a par-baked baguette in this kitchen. It's really perfect for this application. There are, I think, better bread to eat out there, but some of the crustier breads are going to be too, you're going to fight with them on this. So you want to split your baguette in half. We actually need to take this down on the slicer, but I think I can show you how to do it without that. We would put it on the slicer like this, so that it's slicing this way, okay? So I'll just do it by hand.
But you're slicing the opposite way. Are you? Oh, no, you're not. Okay, I'm with you.
All right, so we'll get slices. You're going probably about 3/16 inch thick. Not a little more than 1/8 of an inch, not quite a quarter. We're going to go about like that, okay?
Looking, what is this? Just looks like a tin can of something.
This is a tin can. This is a tin can. It's about the size can that you find on coconut milk.
Oh.
So, about 2-inch diameter.
And it feels greased. It's greased, Susan?
Yes.
Okay.
So we spray the pan. We've already sprayed these pans, and we'll lay these guys out here. Do I have more cans down there?
Is this a really time-consuming thing to make?
When we first started working with them, I fought with them a little bit, and I think we've worked out the kinks, so we don't get a whole lot of waste. So hopefully they'll be quicker than they were in the past. That's good.
Okay. What's this? Melted
so
butter?
This is clarified butter.
Butter.
All right. We want to get some on both sides. Okay. The other thing is, it's really important that when you're thawing these baguettes, you get caught up doing something else in the kitchen, just keep them wrapped. Try and keep them soft. Don't let them dry out on you. Because the softer the bread is for this, the easier the application. All right, so.
Can you season this? I know this isn't part of this one, but you've done them seasoned and things like that?
We'll hit them with a little salt and pepper, some herbs. Alrighty. So then, take our little can. We tried tying these, we tried wrapping them in foil, we tried any number of things, and it turns out the easiest thing to do is to give it just a little bit, like 1/4 of an inch overlap right in here. Teeny tiny bit.
And then
press it down.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can press that bread. And you want it kind of loose around here at this point, because as this crisps up in the oven, it's going to compress around this can, and then it's going to be very difficult to get off. When they come out of the oven, when they're nice and crisp and golden brown, you'll want to take them off these cans as quickly as you can. Get a nice clean dry towel. 2 clean dry towels, one for the can, one for the ring. And if you have a can where you're fortunate enough to have one edge coming out and one edge coming in. You want to slide them off that way.
Makes sense.
It does. All these things make sense once you finally figure out.
That's right.
All right, so these go in the oven again about maybe 10 minutes. They're going to be golden brown and crisp.
10 minutes, golden brown and crisp when they come out of the oven.
Any of our dry garnishes, you want to make sure that they're crisp and that they're dry any time of the year, particularly in the summertime when it's really humid out. Even croutons, if they're a little bit damp on the inside, they're going to make that whole batch kind of go a little faster.
Okay, right here for Susan. Oh boy, if you could smell this. I know it tastes fabulous, but what a smell, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is nice. This is like a little 10-inch offset spatula.
So how can you tell them when they're ready?
Yeah, if you can see here, it's starting to look a little bit dried out and a little bit kind of golden brown right around the edges. Okay, you want me to do one first before you go crazy here?
Yes, please.
I don't want you to burn yourself. All right, so we're going to pick him up, and the longer we leave him sitting on here, as he starts to cool, he's going to start to firm up. So we want to work with him.
Oh, I love this.
All right?
Yeah.
That goes like that. You can actually stack a whole bunch of them.
Oh, so this is how you're doing it.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Well, so the oil of the cheese makes it really easy just to lift up, right?
There you go.
Oh, goodness,
So
goodness,
use your
goodness.
fingernails.
I know, right? Okay, that's not bad. I'm going to stack this on top of here. Can I do the next one, Susan?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Oh, this is easy peasy. And you could, I mean, it just forms by itself. All right. Oh my gosh, it's hot though. How long does this have to dry?
It doesn't take long to cool. A few minutes maybe.
What about my hands?
And then here, would you like to
Thank you.
And then as they dry, they become crisp, and we fill these with all kinds of salads. Caesar salad is just
Pasta. We've put a lot of stuff in it. Susan also makes these in hors d'oeuvre size,
really
and for the martinis we talked about, for anything, and she will fit a dish, any dish. An event producer will come and ask her and say, could you fit something in this dish? And she will, whether it's square. But the best part about it is when they're eating their salad, they get this cheese. It's delicious.
Crispy and crunchy. They have a fun shelf life too. It's a good, about a week. We're lucky.
Oh, good. So these are, oh, they're already starting to set. So is it hard to get off them?
No, they just pop right up. There's enough oil in the cheese.
Oh, yeah.
To stick.
Pop right off.
And these actually transport quite well.
Not ready.
We'll stack about 4 of these on top of each other. 8 stacks of 4-inch sheet pan, and get them out the door. And they're not nearly as delicate as they appear on the plate. So.
And very, very tasty. What's next?
This is one of our trickier hors d'oeuvres, and I have some parchment up here.
This isn't an hors d'oeuvre, Susan. Are you doing the silo?
One of our trickier garnishes.
Oh, garnishes.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It's not hors d'oeuvre. We're not doing
And the kitchen gets very upset with the event producers when they sell it, but it's a stellar looking that you have, right?
It is stellar looking. It is
pain in the neck.
a pain in the neck. It's a pain in the neck to make. It's very. You need somebody with patience, and it takes a lot of time to do some of these. And they don't transport that effectively. We often have to send them in hotel pans with some foam layered underneath.
So the rule here is they can only sell them for 100 people or less, and that's how we compromised before she banned them completely. So it's 100 or less.
Correct. Okay. Much like the baguette ring that we did on these in the oven, this is going to compress as it heats and dries. So what we found is that if we take a little parchment, Andy also tells me that a collapsible stovepipe works well here.
Yeah, Andy MacGyver, Andy, right?
Andy MacGyver.
My husband. I can assist you. I could be your little helper. I could be doing that
You're
part.
doing fine just talking, I think, Meryl.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what that means? Get out of my way.
All right. So this one we're going to double up and I do need the egg white. This is a little tricky. So we'll take 2 sheets.
So there's 2 sheets in here.
Spring roll wrap.
So it's 4 sheets.
Right.
So total of 4 sheets.
Total of 4 sheets.
Oh, is this for me?
No.
No.
And we're going to connect them with a little egg white. Just a little seam, right like that.
Just like double-sided tape.
All right. And we're going to do this guy maybe about this high, yeah?
Okay.
All right, so cut them down to the height that you want. Try not to elbow you in the face.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. We're going to punch, oh, there goes my form, some little holes in here. I find it easier to use this little cutter.
What are they for?
Well, ultimately, we're going to do a little leak lace in here.
Aha.
So we got to pre-cut all these holes before we drop them in the fryer.
So far you can see how time-consuming this one is. I mean, this is pretty time-consuming. But if they lay them all out, I guess, and poop, 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 poop.
Yeah. Well, and as we kind of like to have the spring roll basket dried out before it hits the fryer, this one we don't want to let dry out too much, okay? Mm-hmm. So you'll see as I roll this up, actually, I did a much larger one the other day. This might not quite work. All right. Sorry, we were playing with this size that we're doing here is going to give you maybe a short plate size salad. The ones we're doing the other day are more of an entree size salad.
Right.
Let's see if my geometry is right here. There we go.
That was pretty good, Susan.
Mm-hmm. I did well in geometry. Okay, a little more egg white. Now again, you can see that this is very loose around this form. It's going to tighten up. If you wrap this tight...
And tilt it this way too, because so they can see how she lined up the holes and it's loose.
So
okay.
Started with 4 holes over there and line these holes up here.
And the masking tape is okay to go into the oven?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't think we've made anybody... Well... So... This once we lace it up, kind of looks like this little formal jacket. So we're going to give them a little collar here.
So you can see how time-consuming this is, why they put a ban on anything over 100.
Right. We kind of press that down, then we'll hold that together as with some tongs as it's in the fryer. I find it much, much easier to lace this and tie this when it comes out of the fryer. I also think the leek looks a little bit fresher that way. It's really hard to lace through here. You know, as you can imagine, when this comes off, you're looking at an empty cylinder, so you can get your hands in and out of it. And we'll do a demo with this in the fryer, but you want to show them some of the finished product on this one?
I would love to. Oh, pretty, pretty. Oh, these are the larger ones.
These are the larger ones. This is definitely kind of an entree salad size.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
you see where the leeks were tied and they're fried. These feel fried. So you put them on right before.
Fried. 1 or 2 of these I did
afterwards.
After the fact, and just kind of dipped it in the fryer to crisp up that way.
Very, very cool. So the salads, they just put the salads in here. It bustles out, and a lot of times they'll put a grissini wand in here. And it is great because the presentation, we'll show you a picture of it, but the presentation is so beautiful, and the guests just crack into it. So it's like a package. Love this one.
Fun, yes.
It is fun. You know, I do. All right, I see the baguettes.
All right. So these came out a minute or so ago, and we'll see if I struggle getting them off of here. Again, like I said, you want to get them off as soon as they come out, if you can. Yeah, let me sit. Oh, here we go.
So you're going the wrong way, Susan, because you just told us not to go with the lip.
No, you want to go. See how?
Oh,
See
right.
how I have a little lip
Yes,
protruding
okay.
on the hand,
Yes.
on the edge my hand is holding.
Yes, I see it.
Okay, so there you have it. It's these are so tasty. These are like great little garnish. We'll do pastas in these too. We'll do salads in them. We'll do pastas in them.
Just about anything,
So-
because it just cascades
A
out.
little twist before you pull, and then kind of twisting and pulling, and there you go.
I love these. Aren't they pretty? No.
Good stuff, huh?
I love these. Okay.
Okay.
Baguette ring.
So, would you like to pick some very pretty sage leaves for us here?
Pretty as in, like perky?
As in pretty perky, yes, sure. Pretty perky. So, Idaho's work really best for this with the starch content. We'll use Japanese mandolin. And we go fairly thin on these.
Oh, you're making the stained glass chip.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll do the potato next.
Okay.
Okay. Silpack.
Pretty thin. How many do you want of the sage, Susan?
Please. What's that?
How many sage pieces?
We'll just do a few here.
Okay.
Okay. So, just go to where am I better back here?
Can you see this?
Sorry.
I could be your step and fetch.
Little light pan spray here. One sheet of Silpack goes down. These go in a very low oven. And pretty little sage leaf in the middle. And then we'll top them off with another thinly sliced potato. A little more spray on top. We're going to bake them at about 200 degrees for about an hour. Check them.
An hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're kind of a long, low drying out. That's it.
Okay, good.
Okay?
Do you have any finished ones?
Yeah, I do.
Excellent.
Right? When they come out of the oven, they're going to be kind of translucent,
Like stained glass.
like stained glass. Okay, so kind of a golden brown, and you know they look great sitting in a pile of mashed potatoes or
Yeah. It's beautiful. Soup. You've often served it with a lot of different things. I like those. I'm going to make sure the camera actually saw them. So you see right through these.
See right through this.
Right through them. I can. See? Party. I just love these. And they're really tasty. And I've been working so hard today, I haven't eaten much, so I'm going to eat one and tell you. I was interested about the sage. Yum.
Yum.
Do like potato chips with a little spark. All right, well, on to something else. Susan,
I'm fighting with my potato.
I see you fighting with your potato. I'll set it up.
I had
Oh.
pre-skewered this, but I figured I'd better show you from the start. So, this is called a 4-in-1 vegetable slicer sheeter.
This is.
This is not a cheap tool, but we found that it pays for itself. It's very, I think they run about $500. It's available from JB Prince. I don't know if it's available anywhere else. That's where we always get ours. And when you get one of these, there's some directions in English and some in Japanese, and you really don't want to lose the directions in English. We're lucky to have somebody on our staff that speaks Japanese. Now, since I pre-skewered that, I hope it doesn't slip on me here.
Well, should I back up?
Yeah. All right, you want to make sure that these little green clips are tight on either end in here. Okay. 4-in-1 vegetable slicer because it comes with 4 blades. This first blade is just a straight blade. It comes with a julienning blade, a netting blade. This is our netting blade. And then there's a netting blade that'll punch out a little fish design.
Oh, I didn't. You never showed me that.
Yeah. Well, probably a reason for that. All right. I don't play with this often, so I hope I don't stumble through here. Basically, you're going to pop this out, get this guy in here, and then tighten them up in there. Okay. We found that they used to kind of whittle these down into cylinders until I said one day, hey, why don't we just take the sheeting blade and turn it into a cylinder? And that's why I'm the executive chef.
That's right.
So we take the sheeting blade. Let's see if we can turn it this way.
Oh, so you need to make it into a circle. I'm with you. A cylinder. Okay.
Pulling the necks off. Okay. So you leave that potato on there. You pop this
Sheeting blade.
sheeting blade out.
And put the gritting blade.
Now,
Can we turn it here so that everybody can see it?
We can try.
I know it's awkward. Is it?
A little bit, but we'll figure it out. How evenly these come off of here and how easy they are to open up before they go into the fryer depends largely on your pressure, and your pressure is controlled by this mechanism here. Does that make sense there?
Can you turn it this way? You want to stand where I am? Or just even to this way so they can see?
So they see it coming off of that?
Right.
So, not too much pressure. I had a couple of big burly guys in the kitchen, and they weren't really able to do this because there is a kind of a delicate nature to this. So, see how these come out. Liz, can you do me a favor, please? Grab that board over there, another one of our high-tech devices. So as these come out,